Honestly, dude, I was like at 320, like
And
pure
you're
fat.
5'9".
Yeah, 5'9", 320. So I
Mm-hmm.
looked like a Oompa Loompa.
Yeah,
You know,
25 years old at the time.
yeah, 25, 24. I was pretty heavy. I was my heaviest in college.
Yeah.
I was eating junk food late at night. I would say my mindset wasn't the best. I was always
Mm-hmm.
groggy. Uh, didn't have a high libido. Just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do nothing and just like I just really didn't want to do anything. I just didn't have a drive for
Mm-hmm.
life or career or goals. I just wanted to chill, eat more junk food,
Mm-hmm.
play games, hang out with friends. That was it.
Talk about how that you kind of got to that place because you did grow up playing sports, and then at some
I
point
did.
you start getting heavier.
Yeah, so after high school, I stopped playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when I started getting a lot heavier and it just progressively kept getting worse. I'm just like, I don't have sports. I mean, I'm just going to college. I'm like, it is what it is, just kind of going through the motion of the ocean.
Around what year is this?
Like when I graduated high school,
Yeah, going to college,
yeah,
dropping the baseball.
yeah, I started college in 2016. In
Mm-hmm.
2016 is when I started college.
So from 2016 to 2023, you went from what weight would you guess to 320 pounds?
Probably 215 around
Mm-hmm.
there, maybe 200 flat to 320.
Yeah, yeah. And so, as far as had you tried anything before then? Like, did you recognize that it was like an issue, or this is something I need to get a hold of, or was it something that didn't really concern you until then?
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. It never concerned me, never bothered me. I was like, I was happy with how I looked, maybe. I don't think I was happy with how I looked. I just think I just didn't want to realize it, didn't
Mm-hmm.
care. And so I just kept going through it. I think what really made me start realizing that I had a problem was when I got strep. That I didn't even know I had strep. I had it for like 2 months and it just
Mm-hmm.
completely destroyed my body. I was on antibiotics for about 2 years on and off every month. Just I kept getting stomach bugs, random colds, random flus, random infections. And I'm like, all right, something's got to change. So cut off the junk food, but I was still eating a lot of sugars and breads. But I started taking vitamins. I think that's where my journey began, is when I started taking vitamins.
And was that just after COVID?
This was before COVID.
Before COVID?
This was about a year and a half before COVID was when I got strep.
Wow. And
Yeah.
do you think that those issues you were dealing with were autoimmune related, or just your body was completely shut down from a immune system?
I think it was just shut down. I think it was just from being overweight, eating nothing that's nutritional in value, and taking like no exercising, no vitamins, no nutritional, and being like I said, being overweight. My body was just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing with your life right now?
Absolutely. So I originally put you on put you on the idea of doing the keto diet as
Hmm.
far as being a weight loss agent because for me I lost about 65 pounds in about a year and a half, 2 years.
Hmm.
So it definitely works big time, and I know it's worked for other people. So for you, what was kind of the selling point as far as okay, I'm going to try keto? And really, in a lot of ways, it's a carnivore diet. You eat a lot of meat, and obviously, if you have a little bit of lettuce and salads and stuff like this, it's not really a big deal.
Yeah,
But what was kind of the selling point for you to try keto, and then what has been able to allow you to stick to it for so long?
I say the selling point is when I realized that you and your brother did keto, and
Mm-hmm.
you guys showed me pictures of before and now. I'm
Yeah.
like, dang, okay. So like they have personal experience. They can kind of coach me through, and it's like you can eat as much meat as you want, as much cheese as you want. I can still eat as much avocados, and I can still eat
Mm-hmm.
my tomatoes. Uh, and I think that was the selling point was I can just there's no limit on how much I can eat as long as there's no sugar and carbs involved.
Yep.
I could just eat, and I love eating. I love to eat, bro. I love eating food. So it's
We're
just,
Texas boys, of course we do.
yeah, I love it.
Everything's bigger in Texas, including the food.
Exactly. And it was like, I can eat a 32-ounce steak and like that's it. And I'm not gonna feel bloated. I'm not gonna feel disgusting after. And I, I'm still in ketosis, you know?
So what were like the biggest changes that you noticed in the first couple of months? Because that's when most people start feeling some big
Hmm.
changes.
I'll start from the beginning. Is I'll say the first 3 weeks sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was man at the restroom all the time.
Yeah.
It cleans you out good.
Yeah.
I was groggy because like my body's like, hey man, we don't have any sugar, we don't have anything to fuel your body. Like, what are you doing? So I was exhausted all the time. I
Yeah.
was groggy all the time. But then that third week ended and that fourth week hit, and I just woke up and I was clear. I was
Yeah.
focused. Like everything I did, I was 100% focused on it. Like I was lasered in. I was dialed in, and I
Because
was gonna give it.
you started a job at that time too, so that was really important.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it really helped because I was just eager to learn, and everything just made sense. Everything was just clear and crisp. So I felt like I could grasp it a lot, like everything a lot easier.
So those first 3 weeks, did you feel like it was like withdrawing from sugar, or kind of like this like low blood sugar feeling all the time, or kind of both?
I think it was just like maybe withdrawals
Mm-hmm.
and just like not your body doesn't know what to do. Like how do we get energy? I think that's what it was. Just like how was my body just didn't know how to react
Mm-hmm.
to this
Well,
sudden shift.
the simple reason I ask this is that there's a lot of debate about the addictiveness of sugar as far as an ingredient in food, and there's
Hmm.
rat studies that prove that it's more addictive than cocaine. So
Hmm.
for some people, maybe it's genetic. But some people they can just give up sugar anytime it is that they please. And other people, it's really hard for them to just come off and cold turkey it.
Hmm. I would say for me, it was easy to cut sodas. I don't care about soda. I don't care about candy. I don't really care about desserts. For me, it was bread,
It
bread,
was,
chips.
yeah.
Like that to me was addicting. And getting off of that, like I craved bread every day. Like I just wanted to eat sandwiches every day and just eat bread. That's all I wanted for those first 3 weeks.
Of course, I always remember when I first started keto, um, I could give up bread pretty easy. I could give up the chips usually. I did have a craving for tortilla chips from time to time. The
Hmm.
one that would always hit me, and it was always one thing, was ice cream.
Ooh.
It was like constantly, and then anytime that I ever cheated, which I've talked about this before, I can go into depth as to why, but you really don't want to cheat on a keto diet.
Hmm.
There's different diets where you kind of can cheat, and there's certain ways in that how you can do it. It's not going to hurt your progress, but with keto, it's super important that you're not getting any carbohydrates and not spiking your insulin. Period. So
Hmm.
I would go and have when I was first trying keto. I would go for like 4 or 5 days, and then I'd start craving ice cream. And I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna have a little bowl, and then I just go crazy, and I have the whole half gallon, and
Hmm.
then I spike up 5 pounds, and that scale doesn't start going back down until about 5 days after that.
Hmm.
So trust me, the cravings are horrible, and people are with you. You are not the only person that definitely suffers from that. But you found that the cravings got better
Oh,
the
dude,
further that you went on.
they disappeared.
Wow.
Honestly, I would say the cravings disappeared. All I wanted was to eat, and what I craved was steak. Like I was craving steak, and it's weird because I've never been a steak person. I've always been chicken and fish,
Mhm.
sometimes pork, sometimes like beef. I never craved beef like when I started keto. Like when I was really deep into it, and all the sugar and bread cravings went away, I was craving beef, some
Yeah,
fatty, meaty beef.
cholesterol and B vitamins.
Hmm.
That's why red meat is probably one of the only is probably one of the only food groups that you can sustain yourself on for a long period of time without any other food source. Period.
Dude, it's delicious. Yeah,
Isn't
because
it?
you have the fat, you got the protein. I mean, it works.
Yep.
And for the people who say it raises your blood pressure, dude, my blood pressure's dropped.
Oh, really? How much?
Yeah. I can't give an exact number, but I know before I did keto, every time you go to the dentist, you have to get your blood pressure. Every time you go to the doctor, they do your blood pressure. I think I was like 20 points higher than my age was. Like the doctor's like, bro, you are really high. Like we're gonna have to probably put you on blood pressure medicine eventually, or like diagnose you as pre-diabetic because it's that high.
So
And the
if you're around that high, I would have to estimate for the doctor to threaten to put you on blood pressure medication would be 145 to 150 over 100.
I think I was 135 over like 115, 120
Ooh, yeah.
sometimes. Yeah. And the last 3 times I've been to the dentist and the last 2 times I've been to the doctor within this keto period, I think I was 115 over like 95.
Incredible. Absolutely
Like
incredible.
just, and I the doctor's like, yeah, your blood pressure is like almost perfect. And
Yep.
I'm like, for real? Like I was shocked. I was truly shocked.
So what has your doctor said when you tell them like, hey, like the reason why I'm losing all this weight is because I'm doing this keto thing? Like, do they say the keto is bad for you, or are they just more happy that we're finally seeing results?
One doctor was just like, bro, you don't have to do keto. Like you could take these pills, or you could just work out, or you could eat a bunch of like vegetables and fruits and work out and also take these pills. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want to eat meat, bro. And then there's some other doctors who are just like, honestly, I don't really care. You're losing weight, your blood looks good, your blood pressure is good. I honestly, there's some doctors that just don't care as long as I'm losing weight.
So you've had blood work done on keto?
No, not yet.
Okay,
I meant
gotcha.
to say blood pressure.
No, not to worry. I
Yeah.
understand. So blood pressure went down, mental focus, clarity picked
hmm
up. What are some other positives that you noticed from going on to this diet?
Libido went up,
Mm,
skyrocketed.
yeah,
Before I never really was like in the mood for those kind of things, but because of it, like since I've been on keto, I wake up, I'm ready to rumble. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rumble. I'm ready
absolutely.
to go. And I feel like I'm like that almost 24/7. I feel like I'm ready to just tear it savage. Like I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. And as far as working out, weight training, have you been doing much of this?
I did before, like from Thanksgiving to Christmas, I was really into it, and like I kind of went on a bender from Christmas to I want to say the middle of January.
Yeah.
Just huge bender. Just
You,
didn't work out, didn't eat good, and I'll tell you that that took a toll on me.
yeah.
Like mentally, I was exhausted. I felt bloated all the time. I felt kind of sick. I didn't want to do anything. I felt very moody. I had a lot of mood swings. I went from like like I felt like I was a bipolar almost
Mhm.
when I was going through this bender.
Yeah, I totally understand what you mean. So I'm sure that has probably discouraged you from trying to cheat or do anything like that again.
Oh, 100%. I've been on
Yeah,
keto for the past, what's today? The 5th. I'll say the past week and a half I've been on keto, and my mental focus is back to where it was. I wouldn't say I'm always happy, but I'm always in a good mood when I'm
yeah.
in keto. I'm always just chilling. I'm in a good mood. It takes a lot for me to get down in the dumps on keto. Like I'm just riding high. That's what I feel like when I'm in keto.
So you were working full time, and it
hmm
wasn't not too long ago that you were putting in sometimes 50 to 60 hours a week, depending upon your training. So
hmm
as far as meal prep or trying to eat out on keto, what's been kind of your strategy to handle like lunches during the week?
Mm. I need a meal prep. I did it for a couple weeks, but for me, for lunch, I would just pack cheese sticks and Slim Jims, or like specifically beef jerky with no sugar, which
Yeah,
is honestly really hard to find.
it is.
When you're in keto, you're gonna realize everything has sugar. Things that shouldn't have sugar have sugar.
Can you point out some examples that you were most surprised by?
Honestly, beef jerky is one of them. How much sugar is in it? When you buy, I went to buy like a coleslaw package, and it had 12 grams of sugar for coleslaw, and it was
Per
added
serving?
sugar. Yeah,
Wow.
and they just added sugar to it for the sauce. I'm like, you don't need that. What? What else was surprising? I feel there's not a lot of surprising things, I would say. Like dark chocolate, I guess, was a little surprising. I'm like, oh, it's just
Yeah.
gonna be pure dark chocolate, but they add sugar, and I'm like, you don't need to add sugar to something that already has natural sugar in it.
Yep.
To me, that's the most annoying part is when you're like, oh, dude, this is keto. I can eat it. It's only got like 2 grams of sugar, but then you see that they added 10 grams of sugar, so now it's really a total of 12 grams, and you're just
Yep.
like, come on, dude. I could have eaten this, but you decided to add sugar to it.
So as far as eating out, what's your strategy as far as where it is that you go, where it is that you order, kind of tried and true stuff?
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I find for a lot of people when they're trying this diet,
Hmm.
they always default on the same thing. But what about when I go over to my parents' place for dinner? But what about when I go out with my friends? That's always kind of
Hmm.
like the rebuttal of like how can I do this?
Okay. Um, any steakhouse is gonna be your best friend, right? So
Yeah,
besides that, and I'm a big side person. I love sides, so I just get like a Caesar salad or just a house salad with some ranch or blue cheese. I mean, that's keto. In and out, I'm a Texas boy, so Whataburger always has a place in my heart. But
absolutely.
In and out, bro, I get the 3x3 lettuce wrap. Man, it is
Perfect.
it's delicious. It's tomato, onion, lettuce, meat, and cheese. That's it.
Yeah,
It's amazing. I'll get two of those for like $8. Two 3x3s for $8, and
really.
oh, dude, it's so cheap. Like if you don't get fries and a drink, it's $8 for two 3x3s.
I cannot find a burger place, at least up here in Colorado, that is willing to give burgers for that cheap. Like I was craving
Mm-hmm.
a burger, and there's kind of two places in my town to go to. There's a place called Five Guys, which everyone knows, and a local
Delicious.
chain called Bad Daddy's. It's like a burger bar, cool
Okay.
place. But I was like, can I want to order like a burger to go? I don't want to pay tip, nothing like this. And one burger that was 10 ounces of meat
Hmm.
and wrapped up in lettuce was going to be like $21.
God damn.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Jesus. I
I've
see why you
actually
want to move back. Why?
Yeah. Oh
Holy
yeah.
shit.
I have found like the one place though that is like my cheat code is if
Hmm.
I gotta go out to eat and I want to spend a lot of money, Texas Roadhouse.
Great place.
Yeah.
Fantastic, dude.
8 ounce New York strip,
Hmm.
a side of green beans with a Caesar salad as a side, but then they bring it out as like the appetizer.
Hmm.
After tip, I'll get out there for $23.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
And you're leaving full and you're leaving comfortable and you're good.
Pounded probably like for most people that they don't need to track calories. I'm in a
Hmm.
position where that I need to track calories even on a keto diet.
Okay.
And I'll get out there after eating about 750 calories, which is not bad. That's about what I shoot for per meal.
Hmm.
So I was pretty impressed with that. But as far as weight goes, you've had some pretty tremendous weight loss. So started the diet at about 320 pounds. When did
Hmm.
you get the measurement of 270?
I would say 270. We did that measurement I want to say we did that in December, right?
Yeah,
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 in
I was down
December.
there.
Yeah, 270. So that's 30 plus 30. That's about 60 pounds.
So 60 pounds in just over half a year.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Hmm.